All right, you guys, and welcome back to the table with Highway 1 RC, me and Nitro J, and you guys just saw the first test drive between the Redcat Gen 8 and Jay. What do we have here?
We have the ECX Barrage.
That is correct. We also brought a dude in, Driftomaniac Richie. That's our guy. It was great. He wasn't able to make it to the table today, but check this out. We're not done with this Gen 8 thing, which means we're not done hanging out with Driftomaniac ever. So, Jay, I mean, you just saw what this thing did on one of our favorite coastal trails. What do you think of this thing, man?
It's honestly a beast out of the box. I mean, I'm gonna call it what it is. It's a capable rig. There's always room for improvements, as with anything. But out of the box, this will give a lot of built trucks a run for their money.
You know, if you watched that, we were literally putting it, like, if you saw me, I was dangling off the cliff, and and Jay, you know, Jay was riding, and I said, go for it, man. You know, the foams is one thing, but even with the foams, I mean, how'd you feel about it? Even
Comfortable.
Look at that, comfortable.
Just drive it. Just overcome that. Be a driver. Be better than the truck. You know what I'm saying? Don't let one thing, like, just drive through it, or replace them with better foams and tires over time. But out the box, it's really not something to complain about too much if you just drive it.
And that's the coolest thing, the way you said it, just drive it. I mean, look at the confidence. We were literally, if it had fell over, it would have been right into the ocean. But after driving almost, going on almost a year and a half of us driving together, our confidence is, it's from being out there and just driving it. Like he said, just drive it, simple, you know. To this day, we've had this thing for over, what, a month?
Right around, yeah.
Still nothing's broke, which we were kind of shocked. We thought we would have busted a link by now. Or maybe even you remember the servo went out the first time and we touched the puddle for the Gen 7.
Yeah, it sure did. But not on this model.
No.
So it definitely says something about Redcat.
And then this little thing. What'd you think of this thing, Jay?
It was fun. It's 1/12 scale, so you bring it down a little bit. Just take that into consideration. Everything's brought down in scale. So it's not as maneuverable as this. But it's basically just a shrunk down version of a SCX-10 1 version in a 12 scale form. It's good for different projects, different bodies. Proline and other people came out with different smaller bodies. They'll go good on this. As you can see, this body wouldn't look good on there, you know, so just gives you a little leeway with your creativity.
You saw I drove it right into the ocean. And look, Jay, try to spin these wheels.
I know, I was just looking at that. No. That's not, I'm not even going to try it.
Oh my God, it's seized up. This is like, so, all right, look, when you spend a little couple...
Well, we'll give it some gas. I had vehicles do this and you motored through and it'd go right back. But we're not going to snap anything trying right now.
But look, we've put Axial products through the ocean, put HPIs through the ocean. Before this truck, this was probably the weakest one that's for our coastal daily salt running. This was probably the weakest link of like all the products we ran until this one just seized up. And this one has Corrosion X on it. I've never seen that before. And we had a Traxxas TRX4 Defender that was like freaking, it had seaweed on the axle. So I just want to say, you know, just to be honest, like, you know, you get what you pay for, straight up. And that's not being a hater. That's just being honest, you know.
True.
I did have fun with this truck, don't get me wrong. And this truck's not done here at Highway 1 RC because, you know, before we get into why this is on the table, we're going to tell you why this is still going to be something to see on the Highway 1 show. Jake, can you grab the body?
Oh, boy.
We're about to send this out to Ethan. And
At a Extreme RC 4x4 out in West Michigan.
And me and Jay got this body from Nick. Shout out to NMP. He built something. And we had these little tires. We were supposed to send these out to Alaska to Doug. But Doug, man, you never emailed me, man. But check it out. We just had this concept for a little farm truck. And we believe Ethan out there in West Michigan can get it done, man. And this is one thing is this year we're going to spend a lot of time, you know, showing support to people out there that are building trucks, not just buying RTRs, but like, I mean, if you guys haven't seen, I know you haven't, but and I probably we don't shout them out enough. Tandem CR television,
Definitely.
You know, Creepy Crawler Garage. If you haven't seen what he's been doing with our Marlin Crawler, it's amazing, man.
You're missing out.
It's not even a Marlin Crawler no more. It's actually called the Highway 1 RC truck, and it's transformed over the last, what, 6 months into something that, man, even I'm just kind of shocked to see when it gets here.
Blown away every month. progresses with that rig, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Shout out.
You know, that's one of the builders you're going to see on here. You know, and this is why we want to put forth to Ethan this project to go with us, because we want to show his concept of what he could do of our farm truck idea. You know, we have a lot of stuff going on. You're going to see a lot of more cool things as us dealing with a lot of other YouTube channels, Facebook group channels. I mean, a lot of stuff. And that's another one of them. But back to the matter at hand.
Yeah.
The next crawl off. Jay.
What we got here? We're going with the Venture against this with Richie again, or?
That's right. Richie is gonna come hang out.
Cool.
And we're gonna go to a dope place. Tell them where we're going.
It's back to Diablo?
Oh no, we're going to Corona.
That's right. So much stuff going on in the RC world. We're going to San Francisco, California, and we're going to give you a nice urban RC tour, but still in the rocks. Stay tuned.
But on this one, just to give you guys a heads up, you know, this is something, it's just free and it's easy. One of the biggest things when it comes to crawling is clearance. And Jay, tell them why. You know, this is one of Jay's ideas we started from the very beginning, but Jay, tell them, I want to
just remove the front and rear bumpers for approach angle and departure angle. If you watch those videos, you'll clearly see where the front bumper hung up on obstacles and even pitched the rig to where, like, it was just like, you're done. And you wouldn't have been in that position if you would have clearly made it without the bumper getting hung up and tossing you sideways. So just try it one time. It only takes 4 screws total to take off both bumpers. Put the screws back in place so you won't lose them. And just give it a try. And I guarantee your wheeling capabilities will go up, for sure.
And this is going to be crazy because we already feel a great deal good with this truck. I mean, like I was just saying earlier, it's the weakest out of the being around the salt around us and stuff. But this truck always amazes us every time we hit the trail. And now we just gave it way more clearance. And honestly, this is going to be one of my favorite ones to go against. This is the underdog versus the, you know, the guy that everyone says stealing the show and running with it. What do you think, Jay?
That and the Traxxas TRX4, if you ever drove one, Sport or Bronco, Land Rover, Tactical, whatever you went with. Those are all the upper echelon out the box and drivability, stability, capability, and so on, for sure.
Well, check it out. Let's hit Corona Park.
All right, you guys, we're lifting off from San Francisco, California at Corona Park, and we're going to take you over one of our original wheeling spots in San Francisco.
And as me and Jay show you right here, me and Jay have less than 2 hours of flight time on this Phantom 4 out in the rainstorm, but we wanted to show you how durable these things are. If you guys are ever thinking about buying them, look at this. We took it over 1,700 feet in the sky. I mean, Jay, what do you think of the Phantom 4?
It's great. It's probably as great as it could get because, mind you, this whole video is 35-mile-an-hour winds, and just look how steady the camera is the whole time. Like, you would never guess it was a real windy day. Like, the monitor came on the screen saying high wind, you know, get the craft out of the sky and whatnot. And so it was that windy to get an alert. But we're Highway 1. We're not going to bring it down for that. We got to test these things.
Yep. And as we show you, that's where Corona Park is, where we're going to be. This is where we're going to do our crawl next. You know, we wanted to give you guys an aerial view of these places we're going to be going here in the Bay Area and past the Bay Area, you know, if needs be, you know. But this place, Jay showed us in the very beginning. It's freaking beautiful. It's a nice place to unwind in downtown San Francisco, and it has one of the most amazing views. I mean, Jay, how'd you stumble upon this park?
Honestly, a good friend of ours from back in the day named Jaime took me here about 19 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. Wasn't RCing at the time. Well, I had a nitro car at the time, but I wasn't driving RCs at this park at the time. And when I got back into the wheeling, I said, you know what? There's a spot downtown that got some wheeling. And we took the TRX4 Traxxas Defender there one day before we even started Highway 1 RC, before we were filming. Chris wheeled it there. And we've been going there ever since, but we haven't filmed there yet. So we wanted to bring it to you in a real way. Bring it back here.
And show you the view. That's San Francisco you're looking at. That's Twin Peaks right now.
Yep.
Great view for like tourists coming into San Francisco. And look at this, is a 360 of what we get to see on a daily basis. It's a beautiful place, man.
That's a 7 by 7 mile city. There's downtown San Francisco. There's the Mission District. And mind you, it's a windstorm. Rain is going on. This Phantom 4 is steady as can be. Hundreds of feet in the air.
As you can see, me and Jay, this is the crawling area that we're going to be filming the HPI and the Gen 8. Look at that valley right there. This is a great place, man. San Francisco, man, has tons of beautiful parks. I advise you in your local town or in your local city to check out your local parks, because there's some rock formation that you might be missing.
Go trail scouting. It's fun. Make a day of it. Make an hour of it. Just go find something new sometime. You never know what you're going to find out there.
As we drift around the center, top of the mountain, this was great. We had a lot of fun doing this right here. Yeah. There's your boys right there, man. Nitro J and Chris Vila, man. Shoot. Hey, check this out. We're going to do this with new crawl spots that we're going to from here on out. And me and Jay are going to keep practicing with this Phantom 4. Anything before we get out of here, Jay?
Man, just keep having fun with RC. Always explore new spots. And we'll see you on the trail or in the skyways now.